Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another experimental feature of EXTV. Trinidad Tobago is taking on the Concacaf Nations League team Nicaragua in Group C. And to be honest, it's a very exciting game. We had some technical difficulties because it's the first time we're doing this. So for those of you, obviously I'm looking at the game, in the studio here, so you could chat along and let us know your thoughts. It is 1-1. It's 1-1, and let me pull up the stats real quick. Let's just get straight into it since we didn't get to do the first half. Trinidad conceded first. Goal from Smith. Pretty much, against. I don't want to say against the run of play. Because I was trying to set up and look at the game at the same time. But Trinidad looked pretty good on the attack, I think. But, it started. It kind of reminded me of when the senior women's team played their crucial match against Guyana back in, last year. And it started the same way. We conceded. And then we got a penalty, which Jovan Jones dispatched. And I think after that, the players kind of grew in confidence. I like that we're kind of putting them on the back foot a little bit. It shows a little bit more confidence. I like the way the players are playing. This is a massive match, folks. Folks, let me know if the audio is sounding okay and stuff like that, because I don't know how it's sounding. I'm trying to multitask here. It's very difficult, so I have no idea how the audio is sounding. But this game, folks, is actually very important because we get automatic qualification for the Gold Cup. So we don't have to go through that long preliminary stage, which, is just extra matches, which we had to do last time against Montserrat, and I can't remember the other team. But then, we go straight there. We get promoted to the top division of the Concacaf, the League A division, if that's what you want to call it, League A. And also, to me, which is really exciting, in addition to all those things, is that we can actually qualify, have a chance to qualify for the next Copa America, which is something I always wanted for Trinidad and Tobago, and we just missed out years ago. For those of you who could remember and who are paying attention to this, because this is a bit of a last-minute thing. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on this and how you think this game is going. So it's halftime now, so we're kind of just running through, just kind of getting people to join in and let us know your thoughts on what's going on in the game right now. And to be honest, I think Trinidad are looking good. I think the Nicaraguan team would probably be happier with heading in halftime that it ended the way it did, in terms of they seem like they were a little bit rattled, and it's good that we're showing the home advantage in Tobago. So to be quite honest, Drexel, I see there's a comment from you. I heard the first goal was disallowed. I don't know. I didn't see that. Probably I was setting up still. So I have two screens in my studio, folks, and one went out. So I have to it looks like I'm looking away from you all. So I have to as we say in Trinidad and Tobago, break my neck and watch. So I'm gonna be like this for the entire game. But folks, comment in the comment section below. I'm not sure why the comments are not showing up on the stream, but I'm seeing them on my other screen here. And Drexel, I really appreciate you jumping in and giving us some support. This is something we're going to be doing more often. I would have liked to have done it sooner, but like I said, we had some technical issues. So folks, be sure to like and subscribe below. This is fun. We're having a lot of fun doing this. So heading into this, I think I think it looked a bit dire in the beginning, but I think Trinidad and Tobago should hold heads up high. The actual folks, so I'm seeing a question, Samuel Waldron, where is the stream? We can't show the stream because this is a watch along. So for example, if you have Flow Sports, I think CONCACAF, if you can go on the YouTube channel, depending on where you are, you can see it. So the best I can do is while watching it, we could talk about it. And Samuel, hopefully we could help. I know how you feel, Samuel, because I remember I was in Turks and Caicos with the national team, and we couldn't look at a game, which was crazy. That's crazy. So folks, let me know your thoughts on the game so far. Do you think are you happy with Angus's starting lineup, how we did things, the players? Like, I'm a huge fan of Angeron, Keston Julian, player who I greatly admire and is a friend as well. He lives where I live. We did a nice interview with that. You could check him out on the EXTV channel. the YouTube channel and head over to excvmedia.com, where we had some very interesting insights with him, and just let me know. Samuel, let's. I'm trying to help out the best way I can. That way, we have somewhere we can chat, and have the fans, really engage who can't be there. So I get it. Drexel, yeah, man, TT all the way. Listen, I know Drex. First off, for those of you who don't know, Drex has been a massive fan of EXTV, and he recently, had a great an achievement. I can't remember the name of the degree that you did, but it's involved, I think, filmmaking and broadcasting. So kudos to you, my friend. I know how passionate you are about your field. And who knows, we might be working together soon. We may be working together soon. So there's a lot of technical issues, like I said. The Caribbean problems, I guess. The internet was not working like it should, but I think we're up and running. So folks, feel free to share and get people involved. Let me know what you think about how Trinidad has been playing. Do you like the tactics? Do you think Angus got it right? Do you think we have what it takes to come back in the second half? I personally think yes. I think, like I said before, Nicaragua definitely were probably relieved heading into the halftime the locker rooms, because it seems as if Trinidad were kind of finding their feet. And what I'm liking is I really like there's a confidence level about the team. I like how their heads didn't drop when we conceded the goal. That's usually a thing that has always been associated with Trinidad and Tobago. Drex, Costat Film and Video Production. Yes, right. Listen, congratulations, Drex. Drex and everybody else, be sure to forward this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know what's going on. Let me know what's going on. Can you all hear me, folks? Let me know what you're saying. And also let me know where you're from, because I know there's a lot of people who are all over the place and all over the planet, Trinidad and Tobago fans. So, this was not advertised because it was very impromptu. But I realize there's a lot of fans out there who are not getting to see the game. Not everybody has Flow Sports. And I'm also reading that some people are saying that the Concacaf stream is limited in some regions. So like I said, we're doing it this way for legal reasons, because I can't show you the stream. So, but we can't talk about it. So I'm wearing my ball jersey, and I think right now Angus is probably telling the guys keep doing what they're doing. Nicaragua, make no mistake, I did a post on excvmedia.com. You could head over there where I kind of discussed the stakes involved in such a game. I have to be honest, when Jovan Jones got the penalty, I was a little bit nervous because, there was a couple times, he didn't score. But I think the team looks calm. And they just need to come out there. And I think, the fact that they scored and are applying pressure on Nicaragua is something that shows that, they can go in for the kill. Because I think while you can't be overly reckless and attack and concede goals, I think you have to play with some confidence here at home and be smart. Nicaragua is a very, what should I say? I don't want to say difficult, but they're a challenging team to play. Very challenging. So, Drex, Samuel, and whoever else, like I said, this was a very impromptu stream, so feel free to share it with all your people and let me know. So I'm trying to adjust my microphone while we're talking, settling, so when the game actually starts, we'll have, a good, I don't know, conversation going. So I'm going to send it out to everybody. And folks, let me know your thoughts on what's going on. I'm trying to multitask and do this at the same time. So there's a stream deck here that I'm pressing the buttons. So yeah, folks, let me know how it's working. So I think the players are back out in the field and are ready to go. So like I said, folks, share, like, subscribe, comment in the comment section below. What do you know? So they're out. I see the Trinidadian players are huddling. Guys, this is a massive game. This is a massive, massive, massive game for Trinidad and Tobago. I think people need to understand this, and really, this will be very good for Trinidad and Tobago football. If this goes how it's supposed to. So, like I said, usually I really kind of what should I say? Promote these things, but we're testing out the technical issues. And guys, let me know if you're hearing me okay. Sometimes in these streams you get a lot of echoes and so on. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Head over to excvmedia.com. Follow us on Instagram. And, the game has just kicked off. It seems like it's pretty much the same. Now the only problem is I have to look. My screen is at a improper angle, so I have to kind of look all over the place. It's it's very difficult to really watch. So it seems as if, and if some of you, if you have the starting lineup, you can put it in the chat and let me know who's in there and what's going on in terms of the lineups, because now I have to look. I wish you could see what I'm seeing. It's hilarious because I have two massive screens and the one that's working is all the way off to the corner of the studio. So what I like is that players like Andron, who I admire a lot. I would have liked to see Justin Sadu, players like him, but I guess Angus has to make his tactical decisions in there. But I like this team. I also like the selection of Winchester. I knew him from Central FC. He has always been tremendously fast. I think he is one of those guys. He has played for the national team before, and one of those many players that often kind of got lost for a little while with COVID and all the mess that was Trinidad Tobago football. But him, rest in peace. Shadon Winchester, Marcano, very talented players. Very talented players. So I think, with the absence of Levi Garcia, which to me was a really tragic loss, my thoughts go out to him. He's been playing really well, a very nice guy. And unfortunately, he got injured again. I think, I don't know the details. I think I spoke to one of the guys from SocaWarriors.net, and it seemed as if it's nothing too major. But, Levi Garcia would be in a game like this, So wow, even as we speak here, Nicaragua almost kind of snuck in on the far post. One area of concern I have, one major area I have, is that sometimes in set pieces I'm not always confident. I don't know why. Back in the day when we had like Dennis Lawrence and Marvin Andrews and those guys, but it seems as if sometimes we look a little bit shaky at the back, but I really like Friendrup. I think he was an amazing addition, brought in by Terry Fennick when he was there. Listen, that's not taken away from Marvin Phillip. I think Marvin Phillip is fantastic, and I think we're blessed with some really good goalkeepers. So we have Marvin Phillip. We had John Michael Williams back in the day, Nicholas Friendrup. There's another guy who I think he has Canadian citizenship, but he never really made it. But this is where Trinidad have to be kind of clever. Don't sit back too much. Now I know Angus likes to play. He's not afraid to secure things defensively first, which I think is important. So I'm seeing the replay here, and wow, it actually came off the post. So some massive amounts of athleticism, and I think we're probably starting to see a little bit of gamesmanship from Nicaragua. They're kind of rolling around on the floor. I'm guessing, they'll probably try to burn as much time as possible. I'm looking at the replay now. It doesn't look like that much, but I mean, I guess they're doing what they think they could do. I always think that time wasting so early in a game is kind of useless. But I think what they're trying to do is to break up the momentum, which is also very clever. We can't fault them for that. They're trying to, create, kill the momentum then. Kill the momentum. So like I said, for the viewers who are watching, share, because there's a lot of people who want to join in the conversation and talk, and we're looking at the game. They can't see it, and it's good to chat. We can't be in the stadium in Tobago, so let's do it. I'm in studio. Let me know where you all are from. It's very difficult for me to see, so that's why my neck is like this all the time. But I'm trying. So yeah, let me see if there's any comments. Oh, so Drake says he's hearing me loud and clear. Samuel Waldron. So guys, I'm really appreciating the support. Folks, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think we're going to get this done? What do you think about the match being played in Tobago? How do you think we're playing so far? It's a couple minutes in, we're 49 minutes in. Some nice play in the box here. Could it be? This is a chance. Ooh. What I really like about this Angus Eve team today is that we have a lot of pacey players. Telfer. I don't know why the new guy's name who recently got called up eludes me. But we are getting the penetration down the wings. One thing that has always hurt us for years is maybe finishing our chances. But I think, and then we have players like, Marcus Joseph and so on. But I think our pace from both sides of the field are more balanced, and we have players that are more tactically astute. Why can't I remember his name? And he's such a wonderful dribbler. He got called up, and I don't want to pronounce his name wrong. Comment in the comment section below. It's the really short guy. Um, once again, we're getting some nice interplay on top of the box. So we have to be wary. Nice. Rion Moore. So we're getting penetration, just that final ball in. Nicaragua seems to be struggling. There was a penalty claim, but we didn't get it. So what we have to be careful is, I've seen this so many times. We get carried away, and then we get sucker punched. I've seen it so many times. It's not a trait unique to Trinidad and Tobago, but it has happened in the past. If we could really get that second goal and, kind of keep that momentum, because Nicaragua is doing, the smart thing. The pressure is not really on them so much. So they can probably say, hey, let's sit back, take some pressure, and then, because Trinidad is obligated to attack. These are the mind games. And Trinidad could open spaces when they attack like this. I'm looking at the replay. Wow, that was really close. That was really close. I can't see the screen properly from here. But, there was a call for a penalty. I don't know, folks. What do you think? For those who are seeing it. If you have it on your screen and we're chatting along, let me know. What do you think it's worth it? So it's 1-1. We're in the 52nd minute. And, this game couldn't be more exciting. Trinidad and Tobago looked like they messed it up a little bit, but they showed tremendous character with a penalty converted by Jovan Jones. In the 42nd minute. Although Nicaragua scored first from Smith, it really seemed as if, Trinidad seems to be doing, okay. Might I remind you, a draw is not enough for us. Now, even if we draw and become second in the group, we'll have to go through the qualification process for the Gold Cup, which is not the worst scenario in the world. However, if we win this match, and as Angus Eve said, this is like a final for us. Hey, Shaka868, I saw you subscribed. I love it. It pops up on the screen. We see it. Kudos to you, my friend. Let me know where you're from and where you're at in the comment section below. Love it. So, folks, if Trinidad does not win this game, then we come second in the group, and then we have to go through the qualifying process to get to the Gold Cup, which we did last time around, which was, we won the first game, I think, against Montserrat. I think it was 6, and then the other game we had to win a shootout. I can't remember the name of the team. Folks, let me know if you can remember in the comment section below. If we win this thing, we have 3 magnificent benefits. I documented them on the extvmedia.com website. There's a lot of cool stuff there. I won't explain in details here, but let me summarize. If we top this group by winning, we get promoted to the League A of the Concacaf Nations League, which improves our seeding for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers. It gets us up in the rankings. And, then in addition to that, we also, I'm seeing some of the theatrics already. One of the guys are rolling around. Please, folks, remind me the name of number 15. I can't remember. He's really good. He's an amazing dribbler. A little bit of a surprise. Ovre is his name. Am I pronouncing it correctly? I think he just got a yellow card. So, yes. So, in addition to getting the promotion back to the League A of the Concacaf Nations League and improving our seeding and so on, we also automatically qualify for the Gold Cup, which is great. It's great exposure for the team and revenue. And, we can attract better teams in friendlies. There's a lot of little things behind the scenes. It was kind of difficult during when Terry Fennick took over because it was in the middle of the pandemic. It was just, but we're moving along. The third benefit, which is the one that excites me the most, is that we can possibly play in the Copa America 2024. You all know I love Argentina a lot, so I always wanted Trinidad and Tobago in a competition like that. We just missed out years ago. For those of you who could remember where we almost qualified, comment in the comment section below, and guess what? One of the random correct answers, will be eligible to win a copy of FIFA 23 from us. Or maybe a jersey of your choice from us. Incentives. So it's 1-1. We're in the 55th minute. Trinidad came out pretty strong in the second half. They created some opportunities with the wing play and dribbling. There was a yellow to Ovre. So it seems as if Nicaragua kind of slightly settled down a little bit. They're trying to slow the play down. I can't really see the stadium is filled or not, but it doesn't matter. I tried to fly across. I couldn't get a flight. It's just as simple as that. I know some people are saying the game shouldn't be in Tobago, but that's not the point right now. We just need to win, and that's all that matters. Tobago is fantastic, by the way. When I was there with the women's team and we drew with Guyana, which is a game of similar status, it was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. So it's 1-1 in the 56th minute. As it stands, it benefits Nicaragua. They will stay on top of the group, and Trinidad will be second in the group. So I'm going to pull up here really quick the group standings for people who don't know. And if you all know, drop it in the comment section below. So we are in the League B, and the Concacaf Nations League Group C. So as it stands, if it remains this way, Nicaragua will stay on 14 points. Trinidad will have 13 points. The goal difference I'm seeing here, Nicaragua has 10. We have 8. So it's a must-win. It's a must-win. Nicaragua just needs to stay like this and they're fine, but they can't lose, obviously. So it's very exciting. So I'm gonna try to see if I could pull up. Now, usually the comments are supposed to pop up on the screen on that side, but I don't have time to fix that because I'm looking at the game. So Nicaragua kind of, I think they settled after the first blitz from Trinidad and Tobago. So Trinidad has to be able to, like I say, attack, but also don't leave themselves open at the back. I think if they're calm enough, I think this team is potent enough to get the result. One thing I personally didn't like the last time in the World Cup qualifiers, I felt as if, the guys created a lot of chances. If I remember correctly, people forget this, but we hit the post a couple of times against the Bahamas. We drew. And, I felt as if, we should have just, gone crazy. But, it is what it is. Football is like that. So Trinidad seems to be making a lot of progress down the wings. Nicaragua is having a difficult time containing the pace of our players. One area of deficiency that I always had, and I spoke about with Shaka Hislop and many other people, is, our ability to control midfield and, maximize on the pace of the players we had. The last time I saw it truly maximize was maybe under Stephen Hart. Honestly, after that, we know about that terrible run. It just didn't work for us. We're getting some leeway down the wings, folks. So for those of you who are seeing it, let me know what you think. I'm going to try to pull up some of the comments here. So right now it's refreshing, but let's take a look again. I can't see it. Shadow edits, I can't see it. Shaka868, you're from Princeton and at work at the moment. Listen, man, I know what you're doing. Where are you working? Let me know what you think about the game. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to help you all who can't see it and comment as much as possible. Our last live stream was actually for the Champions League and so on. But so far, so good for us. It looked like it was going to be a little bit of a disaster when we conceded the first goal, but then we did well to force the penalty, which I did not see because I was setting up the stream, and we'll see how it goes. So, like I said, for everybody who's listening to this, it's a lot. We do a lot of interaction. That was a little bit shaky, which I was worried about. Friendrup had to make a bit of a safety first clearance, so Trinidad needs to also kind of calm down. We have some possession. I think it's Aubrey because I have to look all the way to the corner of my studio. But yes, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Extra Time TVTT, Twitter. Subscribe to the channel. And folks, like I said before, I'm going to put a little trivia. Let me know the last time that Trinidad and Tobago almost qualified for the Copa America. Because if we win this game, we kind of have one step closer. We have a little bit of a half chance heading into the box. I think it's Telfa, who I really like Telfa. Also, Keston Julian. We have a lot of pace in this team. I didn't get to see the lineup. So if anybody has a lineup, I want to put it in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. And like I said, share it to all your friends. Get your people involved because I see it on the software I have here when people subscribe. And like I said, Shaka868TT, shout out to you, my friend, for doing this and everybody else. I'm trying to adjust my audio here. Samuel Waldron, love you, bro. Yep. Enjoying it, man. So I think it looks like a foul on. Is that Aubrey? So we're in the 60th. Listen, the time is flying. It feels like the time is flying. We're in the 60th minute in Tobago, folks. Dwight York Stadium. It is 1-1. As it stands, Nicaragua will get promoted to the League A of the Concacaf Nations League. If it stays like this, we will have to go through the qualifying stage, but we won't get promoted for the Gold Cup. Sorry. But this is a game. I think let's go for it. Let's go for it. Come on. I am young enough, but also old enough to remember the good times a long time ago with the Soccer Warriors and other times with Trinidad and Tobago. And I think I like this team. I like the players. There's a lot of issues with Trinidad and Tobago football. We all know about this. That's not what we're gonna talk about today. Okay, the game is going on, and those people know who you are. I'm not afraid to say who they are when the time comes. There's a lot of people who don't have the game's best interest at heart, but that's not what we're talking about today. It's good vibes, as we say in Trinidad and Tobago. Vibes. That's not a word I typically use. So, Nicaragua has a corner in the 61st minute. And, we have to be very careful with these set pieces. I think the inclusion of Andre Rampersad is brilliant. I know there were some issues with him, I think, in terms of passports or whatever. For those of you who don't know, he was one of the players that played. He plays for Halifax Wanderers in the CPL and not the Caribbean Premier League, but the not the cricket, but the Canadian Premier League, which is their professional football league. Okay, Trinidad seemed to clear it. Are we going to see a counter-attack here? Not enough players in attacking position, so if I'm looking correctly, is that Jovan Jones had to kind of hold up play just to see if we could get some players in. Of course, Nicaragua, 2 players are down. I can't see. This is not really good for us right now. We need to kind of keep the game going, but I think I can't see who it is. But he's obviously down. And I think Jovan Jones and Aubrey David are kind of looking over to see what's up, because let's see. I'm seeing a replay. It's a clash of heads. I think it looked like 2 Trinidadian players hit each other from what I'm seeing, or an elbow of some kind. Now this benefits Nicaragua because it kills the momentum. Kanwardeep, please forgive me. Kanwardeep, forgive me for butchering your name. Think another goal will happen. Yes, I think so. I think that's exactly what will happen. I think we may have another goal in this. I think what's going to happen is, as the game goes along and the time runs out, if Trinidad doesn't score a goal maybe in the next 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, then the urgency will pick up, and then it will create gaps. It will create gaps, and then the game opens up. I really listen. Welcome to the stream, Kanwardeep. I think it's wonderful to have you here. Let me know where you're from. Are you a Trini? If you're not from Trini, where you're from, which part of the world? What I love about these streams is that we can look at this from all over the planet. And those of you who can't see it, that's why we're here. Let's sit down and talk about it. And we love to talk about football, so let's do it, folks. And like I said, please share, subscribe, and like. It really helps the channel. This is the first time we're doing it. I know there's a lot of technical issues. We will do a reaction to this after the game. Also, there's a lot of videos I did with the women's national team as well. You could check that out when where you're not so bored. Head over to exevmedia.com, where I kind of broke down in great detail this game. Haha, I apologize. This is a random account. You can call me Papo. I'm here watching soccer games. Been doing well with it. I see. Well, do your thing. Do your thing. So, yeah. So, let's see how this goes, folks. I'm glad the stream is working pretty smoothly. I put this together really quickly. And yes, we need some goals. Randy Hobson. Trinidad not winning yet. Randy, listen, this is we'd all love Trinidad and Tobago to be winning right now, Randy, but unfortunately, it's 1-1. Which I would even use the word fortunately, because we conceded first. And if you're just joining us, folks, we were actually losing 1-0 with a goal from Ariagnar Smith. And then Jovan Jones converted a penalty in the first half. Trinidad did create some good opportunities here. It's the 65th minute. Trinidad has to win, but a loss, sorry, would not be the worst thing in the world. So I think that's something they have to explain why they don't really play with fear of losing, but understand that play smart and control the game. I'm seeing. I like how Andre Rampersad is playing, and Angeron, who played in Argentina, folks. For those of you who don't know, we had a Trinidadian player that was playing in the Argentine league, Banfield. Now he's back in Trinidad now. We had an interview where he spoke about his experiences in Argentina. I think these kind of transfers are very good for players. So, having these types of players with that footballing IQ, like I said, I would have loved to see Justin Sadu in there. And I guess eventually his time will come. But, obviously, the coach made his tactical decisions. And, we have gone for a very dynamic, fast attacking team. Keston Julian as well, who plays for Sheriff. For those of you who don't know, Keston Julian's team defeated Real Madrid in the Champions League last season. Yep. He played. And Keston Julian, whose hero was Marcelo. We did an interview when he was still in high school at Presentation College. Spoke about his hero being Marcelo and then meeting him in Champions League and putting a pic. We have it on our Instagram. If that's not a success story, I don't know what is. I have a couple as well. So Nicaragua in our attacking third, trying to force something. They still have possession. I think, Nicaragua at the same time, it's a psychological game now because, while there is an advantage to just getting a draw, playing not to lose is often to the detriment of a lot of people. And I think that we're at that place. And I'm not surprised. And like I said, head over to www.extvmedia.com. There's a lot of interesting articles. It's not just generic news about what took place, but our general thoughts on some topics that people talk about. And we even have some unusual content coming up. Not the usual thing. So you're not getting what you get anywhere else on EXTV Media. Of course, the most recent post, you can check it out, is Trinidad Tobago talking about we're talking about this game and the benefits. So like I said, folks, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Nicaragua making their first substitution. It's very difficult for me to see. It's number 3. I can't say who it is, and they're not showing any stats online or starting lineup. So if anybody has that information, feel free to put that in there. And like I said, folks, be sure to share with your friends on WhatsApp. Like, subscribe. It really helps the algorithm that supports this channel. And for everybody who has been supporting this channel throughout the years, Drexel included. And our new subscriber today, Shaka868. Be sure to comment in the comment section below because we will be choosing in the comment section below a random winner from the comments. So I think I was speaking about Angeron and he just came off. So to me, I think what that says is, and Ovre is coming off as well, which I'm a little bit surprised. Gosh, it's so difficult to see because my screen is actually sideways from me. So I have to kind of look around. It's kind of like being on the side of a big screen in a theater. I think Rushford is on. I can't see. Folks, let me know in the comment section. I think maybe they're going for a little bit more pace. I am a little bit surprised about the Angeron substitution, but maybe they're going for a bit more dribbling because I think Angeron gives a little bit of balance. But I think, maybe Angus wants to go for the goal, which I don't blame him. I like Angeron because Angeron gives that kind of balance. His distribution is very much like a very South American style type of player, box-to-box player. I really wish like maybe a big team in Argentina snatched him back up. But the fact, it says a lot that a player that is outside of Argentina, especially Trinidad Tobago, gets in. That's high praise. So it's pretty tight, folks. So Angus made his substitutions. Let's see if it will work. Do you agree with the substitutions? I can't see who the second sub was. It didn't pop up on the screen. I'm pretty sure you all could see it on your feeds, whatever you're looking at. Keston Julian seems to be down, I think. He got a little bit of a clip behind his ankle. Keston Julian plays for FC Sheriff in Europe. Like I said, folks, if you don't know, his team, with Keston playing, defeated Real Madrid, the all-conquering Real Madrid, one of the few teams to beat them last year in the Champions League. Just saying. There's a cool picture of Keston in there, and we are proud at EXTV to say that he is from the area which I am from, and also, he did really well in the at high school level. Played for Presentation College under Coach Cooper. So it seemed as if Nicaragua kind of trying to stifle the midfield. Oh, there we go, some theatrics. They're trying to roll around, which is, I've seen this before by them. They're rolling around and killing time. It's so theatrical and ridiculous. I think Keston was dispossessed. Nicaragua is getting some. Oh no. That was a close call. I think Keston Julian was dispossessed, and Nicaragua got a chance quickly down the right, which thankfully went wide. And that's what we have to watch out for. And that's a part of these types of games, because when you're trying to chase it, I feel as if we lost a little bit of the balance with Andron coming out. Nicaragua are starting to press us higher up the field now. I think this is very strategic. Trinidad now has to adapt. I think the change in the midfield has given, it seems as if Nicaragua a little bit more leeway in the midfield. It doesn't seem as balanced as before. We're starting to lose the ball a bit more. They're starting to press a little bit more. Whenever Trinidad gets to the middle of the pitch, they press in threes. Once again, we're starting to give away the ball a lot more, so we don't have that time on the ball that we once had before, which is something that will probably concern Angus. We're going to have to move a lot quicker, probably get the ball down the wings, because they definitely, Nicaragua has made a tactical adjustment where we are no longer getting the ball as fast as we would like. So I'm going to check my audio here. Folks, let me know how we're sounding. I'm seeing a lot of viewers in there. I really appreciate that. And Shaka, the game is starting to feel like a frustrating draw or a sloppy loss. Randy Hobson, I cool. We got bust the onion bag in the 80th. Nicaragua coach is a former Chilean player. Yep, all great stuff. I really hope Randy Hobson that we do get a goal in the 80th minute, because this is starting to see the tactical side of the game. Shaka 868. It is kind of starting to feel that way, and I think as a Trinidadian, we've all felt that way before. But let's see if maybe we can break the curse this time. And the good thing is, folks, a loss is not the worst. I mean, a draw is not the worst thing in the world. Even a loss is not the worst thing in the world. Come in second, we still have a chance to at least get to the Gold Cup. But getting out of this Nations League has multiple benefits. Like I said, promotion to the League A in the Concacaf Nations League, which improves our standing, our seeding, our overall ranking, which helps us in the World Cup coming up. It also directly qualifies us to the next Gold Cup, and also gives us a chance to qualify for the Copa America, the next Copa America. So there's a lot of perks. There's a set play from Nicaragua. Trinidad's still trying to clear a little bit. It's kind of been on a little bit of a... we managed to get it clear to the half line, but we're no longer getting the space we were getting maybe in the first 60 minutes. Nicaragua is starting to kind of put pressure on our midfield, which is kind of hampering our passes. There's another substitution, which I'm trying really hard to see. Keston Julian is coming off for... I can't see. It's very difficult. I don't know if it's Hackshaw, because I don't have the starting lineup. I think, I don't know if maybe because Keston Julian, for Tristan Hodge, I think. Hodges, I don't know, I can't see it. It's very difficult to see. That's what it looks like to me. So folks, if you're seeing it as well, you can let me know. Yeah, so what we're clearly seeing here is that the game is 1-1 in the 74th minute, and Nicaragua has kind of stifled Trinidad and Tobago's play. Angus is kind of gesturing his players to move forward and try to put some pressure on them. Nicaragua is seemingly in control. What's happening now, I think Trinidad seems like they don't want to press too high, because then they don't want to just outright lose the game. And that's the dilemma you have. That was a terrible giveaway. Nicaragua is starting to show a little bit more penetration on top of the box of Trinidad and Tobago. We haven't been able to clear the ball yet. They're spreading the ball around, trying to open up Trinidad and Tobago. We haven't really got the ball out. And this works for Nicaragua, and it's not good for Trinidad and Tobago right now. We need to get players on the ball and be able to play around the press of Nicaragua. You could see they're forcing our players back. And I think the off the ball movement, I think Trinidad is prioritizing trying to concede a goal. I see a yellow card for Nicaragua. I think it's a foul on. I can't see. Could be. I can't see. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to see. So yeah, we have lost the ability once again. We lost the ball in midfield again. I think tactically, maybe I disagree with the substitution of Angeron. I think I understand maybe the logic. He was probably trying to create some attacking plays. But for example, Trinidad has the ball, but there's a lot of lack of off the ball movement to play out of the press. Trinidad is having a very difficult time handling the press of Nicaragua. Once again, I believe they forced a corner. So I think our midfield, we have lost the midfield battle at the moment. So Angus is probably thinking of a way to how to get some control back and get us into attacking positions. Because as it starts, we get the ball to the middle of the pitch, and then we lose it. They swarm us, and this is kind of playing into Nicaragua's favor. And they're also kind of stifling the counter-attack really well. So not afraid to make some strategic fouls. So we have a throw-in our own half, once again surrounded by Nicaraguan players. And, they're passing the ball really well. They're holding on to the ball really well. We have a little bit of possession now. We don't have much players, and the Trinidadian players are trying to rush into attacking positions. And this is the first proper attack we've had in a while. A very bizarre call. Apparently one of our players fouled. Is that more? So the ref is saying we fouled one of the Nicaraguan players, an offensive foul, as the Americans would call it, in one of our few attacks in the last couple of minutes. Now this is going to work because, of course, the Nicaraguans are going to lie down on the floor and roll around and grind on the clock because it kills the momentum of the game. So it's perfect. So they're going to go. He's probably going to check his shin. He's going to roll around. I have an issue. I'm going to put this question out for everybody here. Why is it? Now, I don't know the referee for this game. I'm going to see if I can pull it up. But I have an issue where when games like this, the use of Central American referees. In the past, I've seen a lot of very biased and biased calls in games like this. I think we should have at least neutral type refs or somebody from the United States at least. But I just really think it's not fair, to be honest. And I know why I say that. I always felt it was wrong to have these types of refs. I saw it with the women's national team. I've seen it as a fan looking at the game over the years where it's almost unfair at times. This is not taking away from the game, but there's things that they get away with. So it's another substitution by Angus. I feel as if with the game going as it is, the player should be running off the field. I think Marcus Joseph is coming on. Lobo, for those of you who know him. He's playing in India right now. He had a very good spell at Central FC. Very good striker. Maybe he can give us that little magic. I think where we're really hurting right now, like I said, in the midfield. I personally think since Angeron exited, the balance of the midfield has gone completely off. And now Nicaragua is in total control. Or perhaps it was tactical by Nicaragua. They saw a way to neutralize and stop the supply from the ball from going to the wide players of Trinidad and Tobago. So now Trinidad is kind of chasing the game, and it's probably starting to get frustrating. Now they need to do is stay calm. We do have some possession in the midfield. Telfa is by himself, but he's attempting to try to run past 2 or 3 players with no support. And we won possession. Nicaragua claiming a foul. I felt like that was... So we finally got possession high up the field and we just kind of gave it away. And that's the problem when you don't have possession for long periods. That happens. So, folks, let me know what you're thinking. We're in the 80th minute. Okay? We just have about maybe a little over 10 minutes left. A draw is not the worst thing in the world. It's not. I feel as if, we could get a win here. but I wouldn't be completely disappointed with the result. I think I would be annoyed with a loss, but I think at the same time, what do you think? Do you think Trinidad should just go for it? And also, what do you think about the substitutions made by Angus Eve and Nicaragua's approach? Um, Personally, I think this is kind of Nicaragua always had a bit of an advantage, but I think the clock's running down, and Trinidad needs to do something very quickly. And Nicaragua once again, and this is what I don't like. This is what I don't like. They're just rolling around, killing time. It's a yellow card for Hodges. They're saying Hodges. I don't know who Hodges. I know a Hodge. Um, but it's honestly very infuriating to see. Very infuriating to see. So like I said, folks, let me know in the comment section below if you're hearing my audio really well. Let me check and see what everybody is saying, and I'm adjusting my audio. Shaka, oh, let me read. Is the Copa by qualification or by invitation? So Shaka, it's by qualification. Um, Randy Hobson had one more before the 90th minute. I dreamt it last night, 3-1. Randy Hobson, I hope it happens. I hope it happens. That would be great. So let's see. What's the other thing? Shaka gears up, a putting you in midfield. Yes, it feels like they're trying to screw Caribbean teams out of competition as Nicaragua playing South American style of football. Shaka normally plays as a DM, so can I. Hobson, so I love it. Guys, it's getting a little bit frustrating because you know what Nicaragua are doing. You know what they're doing. We would probably be doing the same thing, to be fair. But what I think is that it's so theatrical though. There's always talk about time wasting and so on, but I've been watching football in the Concacaf region for years, and I've always seen this little events in the game that kind of change the outcome. Of course, nobody cares because when the result takes place, everybody looks back and says, "Hey, it is what it is." But it is now the 82nd minute. Nicaragua, of course, is milking it as much as they can. Trinidad, I'll be honest, after some substitutions in midfield, seems to have lost the ability to go forward and attack. We kind of resorting to getting the ball to the wide players and trying to run past a couple players. I think this is something we've seen before. We have to be able to connect and try to get the ball to the attacking players, which of course is easier said than done. Nicaragua is doing what I think tactically they should do. Of course, he's on the floor rolling around, killing some time. Yes, it is a fall. That is a fall. However, this just kind of plays into their hands. So, you could see the frustration is creeping in. Trinidad and Tobago are now going to be defending a set piece. I believe there was a couple times we had the ball. And this is an area we spoke about earlier in the stream where, in the midfield area, that's one of the areas I think where sometimes teams kind of get the better of us. Not because we're not good in midfield, but sometimes our players get rushed off the ball. And, we end up resorting to just putting the ball on the wing and trying to unleash our pace. And, at the higher levels of football, you can't do that. We need to have more solutions sometimes. But, we could sit here and talk all day. What's happening on the pitch is very different. So, folks, like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe. Everybody who's in here, when you subscribe, you automatically qualify for a chance to win either from a draw, a copy of FIFA 23, or a jersey of your choice. So, we're watching. Shaka868 seems to be having the advantage right now because he subscribed. So, we're seeing the fall. It's just, yes, another fall here. So, Trinidad is starting to try to... Nicaragua starting to draw a lot of fouls, which is eating up a lot of time, which obviously the ref will add on accordingly. If they added like how they're supposed to, as we saw in the World Cup, when they actually used, I think, some sort of software to do that. If people really check the amount of stoppages, it easily goes to like 7 to 10 minutes. A lot of those extra times in the World Cup was like easily 10, 15 minutes sometimes. Sorry, 10 minutes, 7 minutes. It was really long. It was really long. So once again, every time we try to spring an attack, Nicaragua does a strategic foul, which makes sense. So, folks, let me know where you all are, what you're thinking. If the people around you are watching the game, I know some of you are at work. I think while he is in pain, so Trinidad trying to do an attack, the first they've done in a while. Nicaragua has really condensed the midfield. Trinidad is having a heart, and we lost possession again. So we're having a very difficult time. We have lost, I think, since the substitutions, we have lost the midfield. And Nicaragua, this is just playing into Nicaragua's hands. They're going to roll around and milk this for all it's worth. They want to draw, and I'm hoping the ref sees this. I think he should at least give them some kind of yellow card for the attempted time wasting. And then he drops to the floor. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I mean, I know you want to break down the clock and waste time. I get it, but it's ridiculous. So Trinidad needs to do something quickly. It's the 86th minute, folks. Let me know what you think. Like I said, a draw is not the worst result in the world because we can still qualify for the Gold Cup from this. But a win here would be so much for us. Trinidad, being pressured in their own half by Nicaragua, so they're not getting a chance to create anything. They just can't create anything at present. Nicaragua quickly regained possession of the ball. And you're right, I remember Drexel saying further in the comment sections that they play in a South American style, and yes, they do. And these teams play friendlies against teams like Argentina and so on. So, it's a style of play that, coincides with their culture. We are always trying to... I still think Trinidad is trying to really lock down its own identity. With all the changes, we have a little bit of a half chance. It's a shot, I believe, from Marcus Joseph or Telfa. It was Joseph Lobo, number 10. I'm hoping he forced a corner because I couldn't see it properly. But now, so there was a nice ball into the box. The defender was always ushering him wide. And yes, we did get a corner. So, maybe we get a ball. Folks, that we don't, put the ball on Aubrey David's head. Can we make something from this set piece? This is very crucial. 87th minute. We only have a couple minutes left. Trinidad has to go for it. Let's see. So, they're in the box. Nicaragua is just kind of piling bodies in there. Let's see. Back post. We still have possession. Out wide. What happened? There was a foul. Oh, my goodness. Oh, goodness. A Nicaraguan player is down. Of course. I personally think there was no foul there. Players went for the ball. So he's gonna roll around. Ah, God, this gets me mad. So I'm kind of glad some of you all are not seeing this. They're just rolling around on the floor. It's quite pathetic to draw a foul. I think the ref supposed to see that that's not the case, but of course he's falling for it. Folks, let me know what you think. What do you think about the game? I mean, the clock is running down. I think a 1-1 is not the worst result. I think the Bahamas game was obviously a team of no disrespect to Bahamas, but it's no comparison to Nicaragua. But I think those chances we created in the first half, maybe we could have converted some. Nicaragua, this is just the dynamic of this game is playing into their hands. So they're in the box. Trinidad, desperately trying to win possession and try to create an attack. Draws a foul. Nicaragua, of course, doing everything possible, kicking away the ball, which apparently FIFA has put a new rule for goalkeepers, which we'll talk about in our other episodes. But folks, what's happening? Do you think it's too late? Do you think Trinidad could come back? Let me know. So we are having some sort of leeway, and we give away possession. I think we're lacking that composure. We managed to draw a foul in midfield. And listen, kudos to Nicaragua. I think they made a very tactically smart move where they started to pressure us off the ball. So now we have another set piece. Can we make it count, folks? In this day and age, set pieces are like penalties. We have to make it count. It's in the box. It's cleared by Nicaragua. Did we draw another foul? No. So Nicaragua has a breakaway, but decides to slow it down and wait for support. And a pretty teasing ball into the box, but it's picked up by Trinidad Tobago. Now another attempt to try to create an attack down the right side. We're lacking attacking options. The pass goes to nobody. And I think we lost our composure. We lost our composure. I think Trinidad needs to kind of calm down. Not just be calm and slow, but focus on the passes and maybe commit some players in spaces so the players will have options. I think what's happening is once again we've lost possession. Nicaragua. I think the dynamic is working for Nicaragua. So we have to. I think the players are kind of playing like they're not content for the loss, but they don't want to lose this game, which sometimes is I would use the word paralyzed. So it seems like we're kind of running out of ideas in the midfield. We have some possession down the left, a nice ball into the box. I believe it's the Marcus Joseph. He was dispossessed. I think we're really, due to the few and infrequent attacks. Do we get kicked out if we lose? Seedless dog. No, we don't. What we do is, so to answer your question, we don't get promoted to the next division of the Concacaf Nations League because there is a League A, B, and C. We were originally in League A, but when Dennis Lawrence was the coach, we got relegated to Division League B. So if we lose this game, we stay in League B, but we have a chance to qualify for the Gold Cup, if I'm not mistaken. So, that's kind of me looking at it. Sitla Trinidad's level has declined for years now. Yes. Compared to I would say maybe 2006 and before. Even when we didn't qualify for the World Cup in 2002, we had some really quality players. I think these players are very good. But yes, overall, our football, and it is a consequence of plenty of things that are going on. And like I said, folks, a draw is not the worst result in the world for us. So it's not like, the end of the world. We could still possibly qualify for the Gold Cup like we did before. We did it before in Montserrat, and we probably have to play 2 games, I believe. But Seedless Dog, welcome to the stream. I appreciate that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're giving away prizes to some lucky random person. Just letting you know that. So, it's a 93rd minute, and I think, this is pretty much the last play of the game. I think Nicaragua did enough to get the draw. They came to get it done, folks. I think they're just milking it. I think there should be some extra, some more additional time because there was a lot of stoppages and rolling around by the Nicaraguan players. The game's not over yet, so I'm not going to say anything yet. But I believe we lost the game in midfield. A bit of a theatrical dive by the number 9. So there's some substitutions. I'm not sure what's going on in the middle of the field. Oh, I mean, to be honest, they're rolling around. Why don't we see more intercall players? Some Seedless Dog. Why don't we see more intercall players moving into the national team? Well, to be fair, I understand what you're saying. I think what's happening is with these players is that, and I spoke to many coaches. I've worked around many coaches, and sometimes the transition from high school to professional football is not as easy. I think there has been some improvement over the years to handle that. We are seeing players, but oftentimes because of COVID and the football being shut down, the transition from high school to professional football is not a smooth one. Some players stay too long. Some players, the commitment level is not the same. Some players just don't get the chance, and there's multiple issues. In fact, Seedless, we could actually talk about that. We have a lot of videos where we spoke about that, but it's a very valid question. And oftentimes, like I said, but we'll talk about the game a little bit right now. So I'm seeing Stacy Ramali. Thanks for the commentary and sharing your view and synopsis of this game. Yes, definitely the midfield was sadly lacking. Yes, yes. Now, to be fair, they were doing well. Oh, another subscriber. Stacy, I'm not pronouncing it correctly, Ramali. Listen, congratulations, you're part of the EXTV family now, and you also automatically qualify for a chance to win one of our prizes. That's right. So we have a couple seconds left. According to this, maybe 2 seconds left. I think, there's a lot of theatrical behavior by the Nicaraguans because they want to get the result. I think Trinidad really lost. So Amali Saint Cyr. Please forgive me, but welcome. Trinidad kind of created a chance. I think, Trinidad could probably salvage one last chance. Can they? They're going to have to whip it into the box, folks. They can't pass it around. The time for that is gone. A long ball in. They have to do that. Is it? Yes! Yes! Trinidad and Tobago has scored the winning goal. What? No way. Please don't tell me it's offside. 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 Oh my goodness. They're saying it's a handball. They're saying it's a handball. Folks, if this is not a handball, this will continuously play into my conspiracy theory. So I'm looking at the replay. That is not a handball. It doesn't look like a handball. Wow. Wow. So the goal was disallowed for a handball. We always get these BS decisions, folks. We always get these BS decisions. And they always favor the Central American teams. I'm not promoting any hatred here. Let's just stop right there. But I've seen this so many times. That is not a handball. Now, I'm going to have to take a look at it again, to be fair. But that's unfair. That's unfair. I think they should have a little bit more look. Why is there no VAR in the Concacaf Nations League? I think that's ridiculous. I think that's an absolutely ridiculous call. An absolutely ridiculous call. I think that ref has a lot of answering to do. And I'm fed up. I am fed up of Trinidad and Tobago. Not the team, but of us getting dodgy calls like that. Dodgy calls like that. And it always favors the other team. I feel as if that's crazy. That is unfair. That is unfair. Folks, what do you think about that? I mean, for those of you who are seeing the replay, I'm looking at it here. And I'm going to have to look at it again to be fair. Because I'm seeing it from a very tough angle. Because my flat screen is literally on the side of me like this. But as it stands, the full-time 1-1. The players have a right. And you know what, Trinidad and Tobago fans? This has happened to us too much. With Peter Crouch. The Brent Sancho pulling thing. Many calls over the years. But I'm just calling out the popular ones. Let me know what you think about some of the unfair calls. When we were playing the qualifiers against Mexico, the 2018 World Cup, there was a completely legitimate goal ruled for offside that did not exist against Mexico. Absolute nonsense. I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm angry about this. Because I've seen this so many times. It's absolute nonsense. We could get angry and say whatever we want. And they're just gonna be like, oh well. Oh well. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Folks, come on. Let's talk about that goal. I think it was absolutely unfair. But let's take a look back at the replay. Of course they don't show a replay. Of course they don't show a replay. So, folks, Trinidad and Tobago looked like they did a fairy tale ending and snatched it at the end. And only for it to be ruled off by what seems to be a dubious handball call. I personally took a quick look at the replay, and I think the ref got it wrong. Now, I'm going to look back at the game when I'm done because we can't show the games here and see what took place. Folks, what do you think about the game? What do you think about what took place? Subscribers, let me know what you think. All of you, I really appreciate everybody for joining in the stream. This was very impromptu. So I'm reading some of the comments here. So are we going to see a replay here? I'm looking at the replay, folks. So that's when we consider the first goal. They're showing it. I want to see that penalty again, folks. I want to see, that handball. That's ridiculous. I think the draw is not okay. So 2 goals they took from us. So apparently there was a disallowed goal in the first half as well. Which I didn't see because I was setting up the stream. So Drexel saying they cheat. Crazy, I took away my bet and put there will be no goal. Drex, they cheat. Yeah, it feels that way. So I'm looking at the replay again. 2 goals they took from us, Randy Hobson, from we, yeah. SMH, if this cheating things continues, we'll just have to call Jack. Drex, 3 goals, the first disallowed goal, second pen, third disallowed again. Shaka. This is even worse than Italy versus Cameroon. Randy, a dream 3, but didn't see the disallowed goals. I am so annoyed. I'm a very neutral person, but I've seen this so many times. I believe Trinidad were robbed once again, and this is not the first time. So let's take a look at the replay. Let's take a look at the replay again. So I'm seeing it here. So, oh no, this is one of Marcus Joseph's shots. Of course, I can't show you the footage. So I'm going to take a look again. Of course they didn't show it. Of course they didn't show it. This is ridiculous, folks. And I've been watching football my entire life. And I can tell you this, and I'm saying this with all apology. I am sick and tired of these nonsense calls that go against us. When we don't play well, when we lose, I put my hands up. I'm not afraid to criticize the team. But when we're robbed... Now, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy that I'm looking at the replays on my TV and the actual one video where we can take a look at with the penalty, because obviously they show those things, they didn't show it. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Folks, I would like to say it's been an absolute pleasure. Usually I end the stream pretty quickly after the game. As it stands, Nicaragua stays on top of the group. Unfairly so, I would say, with 14 points. Trinidad Tobago's 13. Kudos to Trinidad Tobago. They've done well. So now, unfortunately, we don't get promoted to the League A of the Concacaf Nations League. So we'll have to go through the qualification process for the Gold Cup. This would have been very good for us. However, I can't pretend that I'm not pissed. I can't pretend I'm not pissed. I'm very annoyed. I know some of you are still here. Usually I end the stream by now, but like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe. I see subscribers in there. We will be doing more of these, not just with Trinidad and Tobago, with other sporting events. For you UEFA Champions League fans, we'll be doing that as well. But I have to say, folks, let me know what you think in the comment section about this one, because we'll be doing a reaction to this. And I think it is abysmal. Especially that last one. And apparently I missed a disallowed goal in the first half. So it's 2. And you know what's going to get me mad about this? Is that we're going to say things. CONCACAF is just going to completely ignore it and go about their business. It's not like it was like they looked at it. Why is there no VAR in the CONCACAF Nations League? It's crazy. It's crazy. And I would be very pissed if, I were the players. And, play like that. Now, to be fair, let's dial it back a little bit. Trinidad and Tobago started off really well. Up until I think we lost the plot around maybe the 60-something minute. Nicaragua, to be fair, tactically got things right. They were very theatrical. But that's going to make the news. EXTV News. We're going to talk about this. Comment in the comment section below. Seedless Dog are looking out for the prize. So what we'll do is we'll have... a giveaway. So that's why when you continuously support EXE, we do a random draw and we pull from all the names here because we see it on the software, who subscribed, who liked, even people who continue to follow us. It helps your chances. Make that draw, get the prize. We've given away lots of prizes before and we'll continue to do that because we really appreciate your feedback and we're always trying to push content that engages people. That's different. Where people who probably don't have a voice, they have a voice. So once again, there's another subscriber, DJ Rye Easy. Boom. Lovely. I'm loving. Listen, I'm feeling the love. Lots of subscribers. You're not hurting your chances at all. You're not hurting your chances at all to possibly qualify for that chance. So once again, like I said, follow us on Instagram at Extra Time TV TT. Follow us on Twitter. Follow me on my personal Instagram at Andre Sooklal. Subscribe to Extra Time TV, which you all are doing. Continue to support us. And we have given prizes away before, so don't think it's a scam, because it's not. And also head over to excvmedia.com. Comment in the comment section below. Let us know what you want to see. We always have different, diverse content, from gaming, streaming, to watch-alongs, to interviews with some of the most elite athletes in the world, in football, in cricket, and in other things. And also entertainment as well. We're always evolving and continue to do well. So, folks, I can't pretend I'm not pissed. And Seedless Dog, I'm looking out for the prize. Yes, we'll have our draw, and we'll see how it goes, and continue to support, because it helps your chances. So like I said, I really appreciate people joining in the stream. It's been absolutely beautiful. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about that goal that was disallowed. And the other goal, 2 goals. Look out for a reaction. We'll be doing that. So once again, this is Andre Sooklal of Extra Time TV. Thank you for joining us. We're going to sign out, but I really appreciate everybody joining in this impromptu stream. It's been beautiful, and I really hope that you guys continue to join us. Seedless Dog, I'm seeing all the comments. Check us out on Facebook as well. We have a lot of interesting content. We have a video, one of our videos, folks, got 0.6 million views, and it's still growing. Our celebration, the videos for the World Cup final, the penalty shootout between France and Argentina, and also a request has been made by people globally. This is not Trinidad Tobago, folks, but globally, to see the entire video. So you can head over to Facebook and check that out on our page, Extra Time TV, EXCVTT. I'll put a link in the description below, but just search for Extra Time TV on Facebook and you will find it. 0.6 million, brilliant. All these subscribers tonight, brilliant. The game did not go how we wanted it to go. From a tactical perspective, I'll try to break it down. I usually do a reaction, and once again, I know I usually end this quickly, but I'm mad. I'm still very mad about that goal that was disallowed. If I was Marcus Joseph, I'll be really angry, and I hope that maybe something comes of it, but it usually doesn't. And folks, this is not the first time we've had controversial calls. I know at least 5. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Also, feel free to email us at extratimetvtt@gmail.com, and we read them all the comments and suggestions. So, like I said, folks, it's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you enjoyed the stream. It was very much put together at the last minute, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. Once again, take care, and thank you for joining us.